Hey guys, I know it's been a minute. It has been crazy busy happening. Um, but yeah, so I was just gonna pop in and give a little update. Today was a really good day. I had my first therapy appointment with my new therapist from Better Health. She is amazing. I love her. I didn't even realize our 35, 40 minutes had gone by. And we were just chatting, getting to know each other. And, we learned about each other and just kind of talked about everything. Because she saw my tattoos, so we talked about those and what they mean to me. And I'm going to get a couple of more. I'm going to get Inside of You tattooed on the outside of my wrist. On this wrist, the opposite of my turtle. Because it's helped me so much through some very, very dark places. And I want just, as I remember, like, you can look down like life gets better. It sucks now, but right now it gets, you can look down like it'll be better. Because that podcast has changed my life in so many ways. It's encouraged me to start my own, to talk about myself. It's also encouraged me to get therapy and get help. So we talked about that. We talked about the weight loss thing and like my surgery and all that good stuff. We talked about, pull my sleeve up. Talked about Smallville and what that means to me because she saw my hoodie. And guys, I do have other clothes. I wear this hoodie every day because it's the perfect time in Colorado to wear it. It's so comfortable. I actually just ordered me another one so I could have two. Because I washed it yesterday and I was like, I was sad. I was missing my hoodie. We talked about Smallville and I told her about the podcast and I listened to the new one this morning, the new episode on Visage. My question didn't make it in, but that's okay because Michael Rosenbaum said my name at the end for the Patreon supporters. I was like, Now when Tom Welling says it, I'm just going to be like dead on the floor and so thrilled just because those guys mean so much to me. I don't know when I'm going to meet them. I know I am going to one of these days. I need to save up for it because it's pretty spendy. Got a lot of stuff coming up. But I'm going to go to a con and to a Smallville Nights. And I'm going to do all of the things and get to meet the guys. And just let them know what they mean to me. Like, their characters helped me through a whole lot. That show came out when I was early teens and it took me through my early 20s. And I figured out why I connected with the show so much. We talked about it today in therapy. How Clark Kent was my best friend for 10 years. Because we both had secrets we couldn't tell. And I just found a camaraderie with him. And yes, I can't wait to get to meet Michael and Tom. I just can't. So I listened to that this morning. It was a really good day. I was up at 5, got in the shower, listened to the podcast, almost fell down in the shower when Michael said my name. Got up, got the little dude ready for school, went and took him to the bus, came back, did my therapy. And I've just been chilling since then. I'm working on my puzzle, just processing therapy. And so I've been working on my puzzle because that's what I do to sort out my brain and listening to podcasts and all that kind of good jazz. So that's what's been up with me today the last few days. Oh my gosh, Saturday was so fun, so busy. We had our Denver chapter meeting, our National Federation of the Blind chapter meeting, of which I am first vice. So we did that and we talked about a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. I promoted our fundraisers the blind parents are doing because the DCPA, the Denver Center for the Performing Arts, every single show has an audio described day. So there's a person up near the sound booth. You wear these headphones, you go to Coat Check, you grab them. And there's a person up there live describing the performance. Oh my God, it's so amazing. It's like gold standard here. I'm so spoiled. I don't know if I could live anywhere else because I don't know if anywhere else would be this good. And I know a lot of theaters don't like doing it, even though it's ADA. But we have a phenomenal team here. And so later on Saturday after a chapter meeting, I went and saw Fiddler on the Roof, the Broadway performance, and oh my God, it was so good. Most of the performers in it were from Israel, and at the very end, they came out and did a final song and dance, and they said, this is dedicated to the people of Ukraine, and we stand with you. And I wept. It was so good. The best part of my day is Aaron came around to check on me, and he works with patron services, but he makes sure all of the audio devices are working. So like, and I go to every show because I love theater, and so I go to every show. Except for, I won't be going in April or May because I'm not going to go to Anastasia or Les Mis. Les Mis just wasn't one of my faves. I might still go to 1776 in a couple of weeks. I'll have to call and see if they still have tickets on Audio Describe Day. And it's just, like, he's just so nice and so fun. And we talk about the devices, but we've worked together since I'm the group coordinator. Like, we work and make sure stuff is all worked out. And we just chat about everything. And, like, I don't know. I really like him. I've had a crush on him for a while. So we'll see. It's one of the bad things about being blind. You can't see if somebody has on a ring or anything like that, or if they even like are smiling at you. But the lady who was sitting next to me, she got a ticket from our fundraiser, and she's a sighted lady, and she's like, he was smiling at you so hard. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Because with my mental health and where I'm at now physically and mentally and emotionally, I'm feeling better. Like, okay, maybe somebody does find me attractive, and you know, because it's not all about looks, it's about personality too. But like, just where I was, and I've lost 150 pounds, and I still have a whole lot more to go, but I'm feeling better about myself and more confident, and like, maybe I can flirt with this person, you know? Like, I don't know. It's where I'm at. I'm working on it in therapy. But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. This week, you know, just chilling. I don't have the little dude this week. He's in Nebraska with his mama. I still have the big kids in the afternoon. Next week is going to be crazy making. We'll see if I'm drooling in a cup by the end of the week, because I will have all 4 kids all 5 days because it's spring break here. And so my 3 big ones will be out of school, so they'll all be here all day. And then I'll have my little one as well, my little smudgy face, whom I love dearly. I love all my kids dearly. So that will be a crazy making week next week. So pray for me. Hope I survive. And hopefully I'll be going to see 1776 after that, on that next weekend. I'm super stoked about this production of it. It's played by all women and people of color. I shouldn't say all women. It's played by like LGBT, people of color, and women. Because it's like non-binary, transgender. Like, I'm super stoked for it. So it's not just like a show of all old white people. So I can't wait to go check it out. I'm super excited. They just announced Mamma Mia's coming. That's in November. I love Mamma Mia. In June is Aladdin and Book of Mormon. I've never seen Book of Mormon, so I'm excited to go see that. And Aladdin was so phenomenal the last time I saw it. And it was the actual New York Broadway Aladdin, or sorry, Genie, who came through. And his performance, I don't know how that man didn't die. Like, he was tap dancing and break dancing and flipping all over and singing and rapping and just like going whoo, 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 back and forth across the stage. He was phenomenal. And at the end of his number in the Cave of Wonders, he's like, I'll be back, I need some water. And he ran off stage and came back. But oh man, he was so fun. And at the end of that performance, they did, we're collecting donations for Broadway Cares, which is a charity that focuses on like LGBT rights and helps kids who've been kicked out, who weren't shown support. And so I made sure I got in the Genie's line because, like I said, they audio describe, so they describe all the costumes and the sets, and they describe Genie's hair and pants. I'm like, oh, I kind of understand, but I'm curious. So when I put my money in, like, I'm like, I hope you don't mind. Is it okay if I ask, would it be possible for me to touch your pants? They described it, but I would like to check them out because I didn't quite. He's like, yeah, baby, yeah. He's like, check this out. So he's like, feel my shoes, feel my shoes. They were like, I call them the elf shoes, like the pointed up toe. He's like, feel my shoes. And he's like, feel my pants. He's like, all right, baby, feel this, feel my vest. And it was all like bedazzled. But he had no shirt on, so I felt his chest. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, whoo, child. And then he had me feel his eyelashes. Like, he had super long extensions with, like, rhinestones on the end. And he had this turban on. And I'm like, oh, my God. It was so fun. He was just so phenomenal. And I love, like, all of the actors and everybody at the DCPA. Like, the actors that are local. And then, like, just the Broadway ones that come through. They're so nice. Like, right now, it's really cool. I've been working with Jessica, who does group sales, who I work with. And this is not her department at all, but I didn't know who to call. I'm like, Jess, can you help me? We have a student who wants to be a sound engineer, a blind student at the CCB, who wants to be a sound engineer, like a theater sound engineer, like a big, big sound engineer. And she's like, well, you work at the DCBA. Do you think maybe I could do an internship or just go shadow and see how the big boards work? Because these boards are like 10 feet long, like they're huge. And I'm like, well, you know, I'll call and ask. And Jessica was so nice. And she's like, I'll call Brett and Michelle, the sound, or Brett and Megan, the sound mixer and engineer, and we'll talk about it. And it's so cool. They're going to get to go, her and then my friend Brett Boyer, who's the tech teacher, they are going to get to go the first week of April, and they are going to get to check out the board and be there for the whole production of Color Purple. It's a local production in the Wolf. It used to be called Stages. But it seats 600 people. And so I was just like, and it's just so cool. Like, they're like, we've never had anybody ask. Like, we've never offered that as a thing because we never knew anybody wanted it. And so they're going to get to go do that. And I've asked to shadow an audio describer one day because I'm like, okay, because I love audio description. And I would love to be able to take it back because some things... their audio description needs help, and I would love to go train some people, and like as a blind person, as a consumer of the product they are offering, like, hey, maybe we can work on it this way. And so I want to go check out this describer, and she was trained by Bonnie Barlow, one of the absolute best. She worked with our live theater for a long time. She does shows on Netflix, CBS, ABC, like Modern Family, in the middle. She's the one who writes all the scripts and does some of the describing. If you have Netflix, go watch Grace and Frankie turn on audio description in your language settings. If Bonnie's not the one reading it, she's the one who wrote the script and somebody else is reading, but she reads it 9 times out of 10. And like, it's just so cool. Like, she's such a dear friend. I love her so much. And so I want to work with other companies that are doing audio description that maybe might not be the best, because y'all know I love my Smallville. There's nothing against them at all whatsoever, but the person or the company they hired to do the audio description needs a little help. First couple of seasons, the audio describer mixes up the characters sometimes. He says Lana when he means Chloe. And then they'll use their real name instead of like using Chloe Sullivan's name, which is a character in the show. It's like, oh, Allison comes out of the house. I'm like, no, baby. Her name is Chloe in the show. You got to use her name. Because if somebody who's never seen Small before has no idea who Allison played, you know? So I would like to work on that, and I would love to be an advocate because, like, I know the LA, Los Angeles theater companies, I have some friends who've struggled with getting description there. I'd like to go work with them like, hey, look, it's so simple, so easy. They're supposed to be set up for audio description through ADA. They might not know how to do it because they've never done it before, but, like, that is an aspiration of mine, like going out and helping get those things straight and get equal access for everybody. So I'm hoping to be able to shadow. It'd be nice if I could shadow for 1776. I need to call Jess and see if that's even possible. No idea. I mean, how are you supposed to know and get stuff done if you don't ask, hey, can we go do this? You know, or can I work on it with you? So yeah, that's what's happening. Lots of big stuff coming up. Got my eye appointment for my VR counselor so I can start my mortician apprenticeship soon. So lots of crazy things happening. Summer's coming up. I'll have all the kiddos. It's going to be fun. So, but yeah, next week is spring break. So if y'all don't see me for a while, if I come back drooling in a cup, you know why? All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.